You know, as a new entrepreneur, the number of different choices are vast. I mean, everything from you know, what kind of business you're going to start. We talked about the legal dynamics of what, you know, is it going to be incorporated? Is it going to be this? What kind of service that you may provide? You know, how much money will this require to do this? Am I going to go and get investment dollars? Am I going to go get loans? What's my credit? You know, how much, you know, do I have to put up with my own kind of personal money to do this kind of pieces? The number of issues that you're dealing with as a young, as a new entrepreneur are vast. And so that's why I do recommend for people is that you take some time. You know, if you're working somewhere, you know, do as much of this planning ahead of time before you jump out. And whether you have a mentor or not, you know, the business planning is one thing, but planning, you know, you don't necessarily just want to have a business plan and put it on the shelf. You want to make whatever kind of plan is a real plan. This is a plan that we are operating from, a strategic plan. And that's what I would recommend for any kind of, you know, entrepreneur, that you're having a strategic plan, an action plan that you're using. It's not just a document you did just to incorporate, now it's gone. You know, you've got a plan that you're working off of. Okay, this is how we're going to be doing things, and this is what we're planning ahead of time. And so as you know, and with that, again, you got to think about all the pieces. You know, you've got to think about human resources. You got to think about financing. You got to think about business development. You got to think about, you know, the sales pieces. You got to think about contracts. You got to think about every single piece of, you know, as an entrepreneur, you got to cover every single piece of it. It can be overwhelming sometimes. And I think, you know, because it can be overwhelming sometimes, that's why the planning and preparation time is very, very good, because you can take pieces apart and kind of say, okay, I did human resources, check. I got a human resources manual. I do hire some people, check. The legal part, I got a good attorney on standby. Or, you know, you've got certain services like a prepaid, you know, not to endorse anything, but like Legal Shield or other kind of services that provide you kind of an attorney on call if you need some advice or something like that. I mean, you can think about how, you know, what's my budget and how do I begin leveraging my money the right way? Okay, and everything else. You may do a barter system, a B2B, where you're exchanging services and say, listen, you know, I'm running, you know, we give, this is a spa. And so for an attorney, you may say, listen, you get about you get 3 massages, you know, if give some legal advice. I mean, there's, you know, you can be creative.